All right, looks like I am live on Facebook as well. Hi everyone. Okay, I'm gonna give you like a second to get on because I know it takes a little time for you to get notified. I am so excited about today because I got so many questions about holiday looks that I said, you know what? It's time to just focus on the holiday looks. That's it. Hey Emma, hey Fitness Health, welcome. So today we're gonna do holiday makeup. Holidays are literally around the corner. Hi Ackerman, Toby, and you know, everybody wants to look pretty, but no one really has the time. So today we're gonna do it. Okay, so I have a bunch of different colors. I haven't picked what I want to do yet in terms of a color, but I'm gonna start with my eyes. And so you guys know that I really like to show you more simplified techniques, but I see that a lot of times some people are already a little bit more advanced, so I'm not gonna kind of simplify it too much today, but still it is going to be accessible to most. So first thing we're gonna do is apply primer. I love having a primer on my face. Right now I'm gonna put it around my whole perimeter, like mostly around my eyes, because that's important. I'm taking such tiny amounts because this is a lot of product. And usually I do the whole face before I do my eyes, but because I'm doing so much color on my eyes, I decided to do them first before my whole face. But with the primer, it has to set. I want to give it like a nice minute or two to do that, so it's gonna be plenty of time. So last time, if you remember, I was telling you about the color of the year. Every year there's a new color, right? And sometimes it's like a hit or miss. And let me just make sure that my Facebook sees me, because I don't think they see me yet. Hold on one second. I just want to make sure that they see me while you guys are getting on. Hi Tamara, welcome. I am just quickly checking my group just to make sure and that I am live there. Let's see. Yes, okay, great. I just got on live over there. Okay, perfect. So it is there. All right, hi Larissa, welcome. Okay, so let's get right into it. If you guys have questions, please feel free to write them. If you hear me, say yes, I can hear you. So today I'm gonna go with my eyes. So I just applied the primer, so you didn't miss anything, those of you that are coming on. I'm gonna go in with I'm gonna apply a tiny bit of concealer today, and I'm gonna apply with my finger. So the reason why I want to do it, I just want to kind of even out my skin tone. I haven't really slept like full night in a long time. You guys know I'm nursing, so I got a little bit of like dark circles situation. It's nothing serious, it's just I'm gonna need to have some sleep at some point in my life. Who is still nursing here? If you guys have little ones, you're gonna know what I'm talking about. So basically I'm just applying a little bit with my finger. The reason why I'm doing it with my okay, perfect, thank you so much, Toby. The reason why I'm doing it with my finger is because I just want, when you have a skin contact, right, it just melts into your skin a little bit faster than with the brush. So it depends on the technique that you want to use. This is why I'm doing just with my finger, and it'll just warm up on my, he's not a little baby anymore, he's actually 2 years old, but he a little over 2, but he doesn't want to stop. And listen, if I can, I will. I've never nursed my babies this long, so I feel like it's a privilege for me to do that. It's so healthy, especially now, you know, with all these viruses going around. It's nice for immune system for him to nurse. So yeah, I'm still doing it. All right, so now I'm gonna grab a brush number 72. This is a dome shaped brush. I love this brush, And honestly, you guys, if you want to have like these two brushes to kind of start with, I recommend these two right here. This one is number 72. It's more of like a fluffy, bigger brush. And this one is number 44, more of a skinny liner brush. Yes, I can relate. My daughter was the same way. Yeah, oh my gosh. How old is your daughter now? Probably already older than my son, right? Um, but yes, so I put on red dress today. And I wanted it to be a little bit more fancy, you know, like a little this, a little that. So we have a choice between, oh, she's 25, yeah. So you, so a little bit older than my, yeah. So you don't have any babies at home anymore, I'm assuming. But you probably still remember that feeling. So that's always nice. I mean, you know, hi Margarita, hi Davlar, hi Diana, hi everyone. So yes. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with probably, I think I'm debating. I think I'm gonna go with the green. How about that? I'm gonna go with mojito. So what you wanna do with this dome shaped is you wanna dip right into it, like right into the color, right? Dust some of it off. Then place your pinky right onto here, right? Now all grown up, it's the best feeling ever. Oh, I'm looking forward to every stage. Okay, and then you're going to just tap that color on. Make sure you put it everywhere. And I recommend kind of like not rushing through it because you may not want to have too much color. I actually happen to like a really nice bright color. So I am putting a lot on. I am. That's what I want to do. I'm even gonna go a little bit above my crease, like a little bit above my line. You don't actually have to do that, but that's what I'm doing for my eye. Just a little bit. And really buff it out. So the way to buff it out is the easiest way is to go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth until you don't see that harsh line. If you want it to be a little bit more fancier, just go back in and just add more to it. And since we applied the concealer, it gives us a nice base to go through. You see that beautiful color? So it depends what you're celebrating. Hey Tzipora, if I have a hooded eye, do I go so high? So actually, if you have a hooded eye, it depends how low it is. So let's say it's like this, it's basically gonna cover, right? It's gonna cover. So what you wanna do is you wanna go over. So I'm gonna go like this. Let's say this is your hood. You're actually gonna go over it like this. You see that? So that you could actually see that color. So you're gonna go right on top. Does that make sense? So for me, I don't have to go that high, so that's just gonna look a little bit weird on me personally. But for hooded eye, I would definitely look straight into the mirror, so like straight right there, and just guide right over it. But don't go too high, like there should be a space left between your brow and your, like, the extra crease, I guess you could say, that you're going to draw. And I'm gonna do another episode where I'm actually gonna talk about specifically hooded eyes because it's come up a lot. And apparently I have a lot of clients who do have hooded eyes, including my mom. So, you know, I'm gonna do a one of my lives maybe next week, maybe the following week. I'm planning, it's in my calendar, to do specifically for hooded eyes. So don't worry, I'm gonna do for that. But yes, you absolutely wanna go right over it. So also just lift up your eyebrow instead of pulling your skin. Whatever your skin can do, let it do. Otherwise, you'll just have a bunch of wrinkles and you're gonna, you know, you're not gonna like the look, and then you're gonna have to go to all these Botoxes and it's needles and I don't know, whatever. I'm not, if I don't have to inject myself with anything, I'd rather not. Needles are not my friends. I'm sure they're not yours either. But, you know, sometimes you do what you need to do. Okay, then you're gonna go for one of my favorite shades that I put on top of many eyeshadows. And that is called Sugar Cane, and it's basically glitter. It's a very nice glittery shade. So I'm gonna actually grab the exact same type of brush, right? So you can just get rid of, if this is the only brush you have, you can just go like this and it'll just come off. And then you're gonna grab that glitter the same way, but you're not gonna go everywhere. You can, but you don't have to. You're gonna go right into the inner corner, and just on top, like this. Just like that. You see that? Look at that. Now, if you are wearing lashes, this is going to be perfect. If you are not wearing lashes, you want to tone this down just a little bit. Thank you so much. You want to tone it down just a little bit, because if you're not going to wear lashes and you're just going to wear mascara, then it's going to be too big. I'm actually going to be wearing lashes, false lashes, and I'm going to show you. Oh my God, I hope everything, I have it here. But this is going to be perfect for it. So then you're going to grab this 44 brush, okay? You're gonna go into this green liner, just dip into this green color, just hold it here and go back and forth. You're just depositing color literally into your lash line, And if you're gonna have some fallout because this is a loose powder, it's fine because you didn't do your face yet, so it doesn't really matter, right? So just go back and forth right in here and create a bit of that smoky effect. You see where I'm going with it? I'm going not only into my lash line, but also a little bit below it. You see that? Like that. And keep depositing color until you are happy with the result. And if you're happy, then you stop right there. You see? It's basically all surrounding my eye, the whole thing. Okay, next I'm gonna move on to this eye and I'm gonna do exactly the same thing. I'm gonna grab this dome-shaped brush number 72. I'm gonna dip that in. I'm gonna go all over this top layer. Remember to place your pinky for control if you cannot do it like this, like on the fly, basically on the go. And you can use, I get this question a lot, like what are the good combinations? You can literally do whatever works for your skin. The only thing I recommend for the glitter to show, make sure that the bottom color that you're using, which is this one, the first color, is a little bit darker than the glitter. Otherwise, you just won't see the glitter. It'll kind of blend in because these are very high shimmers. This is from my Luminous Eye Shimmer collection, and they're very high shine. So just go back and forth, and then once I'm completed with this eye, I'm gonna show you how to line your inner eyeliner, the black liner, which is what I love to do, to line the bottom. Hi Shandy, you are using the eyeshadow, right? Yes, I am. I'm using the eyeshadow for both actually right now, for an eyeliner as well, and then I'm gonna put black eyeliner in the inside and then line it. You'll see it. Thank you so much, Diana. Really appreciate it. I like it too. It's very fancy schmancy. The only downside to having makeup on Monday nights is that I'm not going anywhere. I literally just go back to, the daily life, putting kids to bed and doing all that stuff. And I'm not going out with all this glam makeup, so I just remove it. So that's how much I love this, for me to literally just put it on and take it off every Monday night. Okay, so I'm gonna go in for the Sugar Cane from the Luminous collection and go into the inner corner, right? And you can put a lot, it's fine. It's not a big deal. Just make sure that it's not dripping all over you. Just take your time with it. But when you're applying such high shimmery color, I would recommend applying it only into certain areas. Otherwise, it's just gonna be a bit much, right? Unless you're doing some kind of a show or something in that realm, then yeah. But other than that, I wouldn't go crazy with the glitter. On the other hand, if you're not a color person, meaning like you don't really like greens and blues and whatever, and you're more like a toned down type of gal, right? That's fine. You can actually just use the glitter on its own. I'm gonna show you on my hand, and it looks absolutely beautiful. You see this? It looks absolutely beautiful. So you can just simply use that. I'm also grabbing this green color and I'm going right into my lash line and a little bit below it. Just like that. You see that? Kind of completes the look. If you don't have this on the bottom, I feel like something is missing. And so I prefer when I'm just going a whole round town with it, right? So there's more over here, and then there's a liner, and make sure you connect them on the sides, right? That's very, very important. All right, so now we're done with the glitters and the greens, and now I'm gonna go on to my gel liner. I love this gel liner. Hi, Rosa. Hi, Claire. Welcome. So I'm gonna be using number 44 line and smudge, so the same brush. I have a few of them because depending on what I'm doing, I'm just gonna go dip into it. It's a really nice gel liner and it'll stay in. That's one of the best things about it. And so you're gonna go right inside of your lash line if you don't have sensitive eyes. If you have sensitive eyes, and no matter what you put in, like if you touch your lash line or waterline and just start blinking and tearing, just don't do it, avoid it, and just literally go onto the lash line just like this and avoid the waterline. But if you can handle it, like me personally, I actually really love that effect, right? So you will leave it at that if you have very sensitive eyes. But if you can handle it, then you just grab and add right into the waterline. Make sure you're looking in the mirror. And line. You see how when it's right deeper in there, it actually looks more complete? And then not only do you leave that black liner inside, but also put some on the lash line so that it actually looks complete and doesn't look like you just kind of half done it. Also, make sure you go all the way like this, all the way into the eye. Again, if you're not using the false lashes, this might be a bit too much for you. So I would recommend kind of making a decision in advance what you want to do. Okay, and over here as well. I like to just hold this part. Don't pull it down ever, ever, ever. Just hold it like this. Hey, Ricky, welcome. Just hold and just apply from the inner corner to the outer corner, the whole thing. And also make sure that it's all complete, and also go inside of your lash line. Don't just leave it hanging there. You see that? It just looks like a finished glam look. I mean, we're not done yet, but you know what I mean. Like with that liner, it gives more definition, right? So I know I have black eyelashes anyway. Hey, Larissa. I know I have black lashes anyway, and for those of my clients that don't and they're very light, this is gonna make a huge difference. But still, even for me, applying such a light color on my eyes also kind of washes out my natural dark lines. So I do like to add some of this because that's just works on me. And then I'm gonna go into my upper lash line and just line it. Also, don't stress too much so that it's like perfection. You can always remove it. It's not a permanent makeup, right? You just remove it. Not a big deal. For the liner, all I'm doing is just pulling pulling this lash line up. That's all I'm doing. And the direction you want to go to is towards your eyebrow. Of course, if you have the if your eyebrow is done correctly, and the way you know is you're gonna put your straight edge, like if you have a ruler, you're gonna put it, I'm gonna have my tool here, you're gonna go put it right by the end side of the nose and go through the outer corner of your eye, and this is where it's supposed to end, and then you know that that's exactly where it belongs, right? Hi, Fashion Queen. Ooh, fancy. I like that name. Okay, just kind of pull that out, because what I'm gonna do is at the end, in any case, you're gonna go over it, right? In any case, you're gonna go over it, and if you're missing something, if you want to add something, if the lashes kind of ate up your glam and you want to add a little bit more drama, this is the perfect time to do it. So this is why I don't sweat it when I do my lash line during the beginning, so it's not a big deal. All right, now let me grab my good news. I don't know where my all right, we have a little situation. Hold on one second. You know what happens when your kids are constantly by your computer? All right, looks like we're not doing lashes. You know when you have 15,000 lashes and then they're not here. All right. Hold on a second. You know what I'm gonna tell my kids after this, right? Ah, those kids. Anyways, I guess we'll just do without them. That's all we can do, right? We're just gonna roll with it. So anyways, you're gonna apply your mascara like you would anytime. Just make sure you apply a few coats if your kids stole your lashes. Make sure you do from the bottom up, just like this. You see what I'm doing? From the inner parts and going out like this. I actually happen to love this formula so much because it's, first of all, it's so like nice and liquidy. Second of all, it gives you that long lash look. Look at that. Stunning. Make sure you elongate on the sides here. Same thing on this side. From the bottom, from the root up. From the root up. Make sure you coat every lash. Just like that. Look at that. You see that? Love it. Then once that dries up a little bit, you're gonna go down on the bottom and apply your mascara like that. Okay? You can always come back to it and add more if you want to, but here you go. All right. So now I'm gonna go back to my gel liner and I'm gonna show you how I complete it. You're gonna pick up the liner with the rib, like with the pointy part of the brush, okay? Then you see, like, let me get close to you guys on Instagram. You see this area here? I like to draw into the inner corner like that. Now I'm gonna show you guys on Facebook. You're gonna go back and forth like this. You want to complete this area. Very important part. Do not skip this part. It will look funny if you don't complete this part. Okay? Do not miss the spot. It literally completes like the whole eye. Do you see how it is super pronounced now? You could see the whole eye area really, really strong. This is what you want to do. If you're gonna leave this part kind of empty, right, unless you have like a million lashes and they're super dark, or you're applying really strong mascara, I can't even imagine it being this connected. So I always, another thing is, if let's say you're applying false lashes, right, and you accidentally didn't like apply it right into your lash line, but you applied it a little bit above and you're just like done with it, you don't even want to fix it, this is actually the perfect time to also connect the lash, the end, like that end piece of your lashes, and then just down here and coloring that little tiny area that will be kind of empty between the lashes, the false lashes, and your lash line. I'm telling you, this is a foolproof technique. I've done it so many times when I was, thank you so much, Toby. You know, I've done it 1.5 million times when I was trying, you know, like figuring out how to do lashes. Now I'm doing it with my eyes closed, it doesn't matter, but still sometimes you just kind of in a rush and you just stick them on and you can't, right? Okay, it's not a big deal, it's not the end of the world. So now I'm just gonna quickly do my brows. I don't like to do too much with my brows. If you're missing brow or it's like sparse or you just don't have it, you can go to town with it. Like you can really do so much with it. I like to use this one. This is the one with the spoolie on the other side, and this is retractable, goes back and forth. And I like to use the color deep brown. So you're gonna open up just a little bit. You don't need so much, right? And I'm just going to really vaguely kind of fill them in the front. Like I'm missing a chunk here because I guess I overplucked. It's funny, I never noticed it until my mother-in-law said it. And I was like, oh my God, you're absolutely right. I never actually thought about it. So she's actually in the field. She's in the beauty industry for many years. So I value her opinion. Plus she's very nice. So that helps, right? She's really nice. So then I'm just gonna brush it up, make it look nice. And the same thing I'm gonna do on the side. Obviously, your brows are not twins, they're sisters, so don't worry if you can't make them look exactly the same. They do not have to look exactly the same. Okay? That's it. Very, very simple. Brush it out. That's your eye makeup. If you want to extend your lash line, you can do that. You just have to kind of just pull it out. Diana says, I dyed my hair red this month so I could wear greens and blues especially. Oh my God, that's so fun. I want to see a picture. Definitely and tag Aneley Cosmetics. I want to see what it looks like. Oh my God, it's so exciting. So on brand with Christmas, Diana. Yes, thank you so much. So, okay, so let's move on to the rest. Now we already have all the primer on, right? Just grab your foundation brush. I'm using the flat mini flat top, I should say. Go in there. Whatever fallouts you had, you can just remove it with the brush. I didn't have so many, so I'm okay. Look at that. And I'm using a liquid foundation in color Bamboo. That's my color. Even though I am so light skinned in the winter, because my tan goes away. I love my tan, but not too tan, just natural. I don't go into the tanning boots or anything, but I do like some tan on me because then I actually don't blend with the wall. And this is where I use Bamboo. The Bamboo is really my color for the summer, but I do use it in the winter sometimes, especially when I'm going out and I want to look a little bit tan, a little bit bronzy, so I do wear it. But normally my color is nude, which is lighter than this. And the best part also about this foundation is that I call it a living foundation. Living foundation meaning it color adjusts, it's alive, so it'll catch whatever undertones, whatever chemical composition of your skin is, and it'll just warm up to it, and it'll just look like your skin. Like, I never have anyone said, oh my God, you're wearing foundation. I've never had it. And sometimes you could see that on a person that they're wearing foundation. You could see the line of demarcation. Sometimes it's the wrong undertone. It's just, It's very uncomfortable and can be a little bit embarrassing, because especially when you walk past by something and then you see yourself in the mirror and it just looks like, oh my god, what a disaster this is, right? So I actually really love this foundation so much. I'm obsessed with it. We have them in, I believe, 11 colors. We came out with 4 deep tones about 2 years ago. So I was so happy that we have now such a huge range of colors. So that's wonderful. Okay, next I'm gonna grab my blush. Let's do Dusty Rose. This is nice. You're gonna grab your, this is dual fiber pointed powder. You see this? I love this one because it picks up color so well. I'm obsessed with it. Matthew Assay and Raid. Hi Amelia. Hey Handcrafted Woodwork, welcome. So I'm gonna grab it, and recently, I'm sure whoever is following makeup trends, you guys have seen it, but the new way, there's nothing new, but the new way for this final quarter of the year is the way you apply the blushes is really like right up here. And the reason for that is it kind of lifts your face up. So instead of your traditional, which is right here, right? And I want you to see the difference when I'm applying it over here, which is what I have been doing, and many have been doing, and I'm applying it right here. It just looks more lifted, right? Versus this, and it makes it a little bit wider. And I've been doing it like forever and a half. It's so crazy. Because what you don't know, right? I never really even experimented with it. I never really even cared enough to do that, because I was like, I'm cool with it. I'm fine with it, right? I'm gonna do a little tiny bit of a bronzer also. Same thing, I'm gonna go right underneath here. And you can go either way, it doesn't really matter. At least for me in my book. Depends who you follow, but I mix and match, I do whatever I want. Makeup is makeup. Makeup is your artistry, makeup is your game, and I'm gonna show you over here how I used to do it so you guys can see it. So normally you would contour right here, right? Generally. And look at the difference in my face. Look at that. It's all up in here versus it's like lifted effect. So you can actually test this out at home and see which one works for you better. I happen to love the new technique. Also, I do like to contour like these areas here, right? Like, you know, if you have a double chin, you're gonna go right underneath here and just give yourself a shadow. That's all it is. Just give yourself a little shadow. But the face, like I'm gonna come close, it looks flawless. I don't have a filter on. It's like the pores are just, they're like shrunk, you know? And I don't have like large giant pores, but I do have, I mean, we all have texture, right? But when you're using real products that are natural and breathable, your skin is not gonna complain. Your skin is gonna be super happy. It's gonna like soak in all the goodness from it. So put that away. And of course, last but not least is your lips. So for the holidays, I do like to wear all the bright colors, right? So I know there's certain rules, I get it. You know, the dark and the dark don't go together. I don't really care. If I like it and it works for me, I'm gonna wear it. So if it works for you and you don't, you know, you look great and you feel great, do it. That's just how it is. So the only thing that I've recently, I mean, I always experiment with different colors and different formulas and different things. You know, I'm an experimenter at heart, and that's my job, right? I love to do that. And I would put a lip gloss underneath. So it depends. If you like matte look, you don't have to do this. But sometimes if you want to bring in that glossy feel, but you want to put like the matte lipstick on top. So I'm going to be using Kiss My Tulips, and I'm going to place the pinky right in the center of my chin, right, for control, and go just back and forth. So for those of you that just want to stay there, you can. It's a very pretty color. This is actually a very universal shade. My clients are really a huge range of color, right? We have from the lightest ones to the darkest ones, and this particular lip gloss seems to work across the board on everyone. I even had some of my clients who are a little bit darker. I mean, not a little bit darker than me, I'm talking about dark, right? Much darker than me. They use this on their cheekbones, and I found it so beautiful. It was stunning. So I just love when my clients just go and really experiment so nicely. And for the lipstick, I'm gonna be using Black Cherry. It's a really like red, like cherry color. It's not red, it's cherry color. And it is from my matte line. This is why I applied the lip gloss. And by the way, you could stop here. Like if you just want it to be like this, you can stop here. But you're gonna apply the lipstick exactly the same way. So what I did was I diluted the strength of this lipstick. I want to show you what it looks like without the gloss. It's such a strong color. Let me just remove the gloss from the lipstick, and I want to show you the actual shade. Look at this color. This is the true color of this lipstick. It's a very dark. So on me, because I applied gloss underneath, I just kind of gave it like a touch of it. It's maybe like, I want to say 40%, not even, of the actual pigment that it picks up. But I'm obsessed with this color for the holidays. I love these dark, you know, not just dark, like not, I have even a darker color if you guys saw my collection, but this type of cherry color, it works with me. It works with my skin tone. It works with my, with pretty much so many different makeup looks. It's crazy. It really is. And I'm obsessed with it. So you guys can see this works together. By the way, they are New Year's color. They're Christmas colors for those of you that are celebrating. You know, you got red, you got green going on. Diana says there's a lot of expert advice here. Thanks so much. Did anyone have problem navigating the Aneley website store? Yeah, no, we actually not at all. Thank you so much, by the way, Diana. I appreciate it. Hi, Lily. No, I never had actually an issue or anyone told me about it. Maybe it was on your phone, but you can message us and I'm happy to work through that. I'm not sure. So there you have it. If you want to add a highlighter, you're welcome to add a highlighter. If you want to be super glam and add this color that you put in the inner corners, which is called sugar cane, onto your cheeks, right? And make it a little bit more fancy, go right ahead. It's a really nice bright color. I'm gonna come close so you guys can see. And you guys on Facebook, you see that? But the point is that when you're wearing healthy cosmetics, your skin is going to show it. You can't hide it. I've been using my cosmetics for so many years, and I'm 38, and I have a lot of friends who have a lot of wrinkles, and the skin has more texture than it's supposed to have. So when you get into in your 30s, those of you in your 20s and your teens, you may not notice it right away. But when you're getting into your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, you can really see what you've done to your skin over the years, in your younger years. So that's why you have to be super mindful and really use the right products. Another thing is, you guys know that the skin is the biggest organ on the body. So, and it has a ton of pores. Each pore is like a little mouth. So it's kind of like when you're eating stuff, you're looking at labels and you're like, okay, you know, broccoli should have only one ingredient, and, you know, food should not have nitrates and whatever. The same thing with skincare. You don't want to have parabens in it. You don't want to have urea in it. You don't want to have artificial colors like FD&C colors. You don't want to have that. It's very important to choose colors that are like our colors are ethically sourced mica. So they are, and the reason why it's called ethically sourced, I want to highlight, is because we have good working conditions in the mines. This is very important. Everybody's above 18 years old and legally working. It's a huge global crisis when it comes to mica sourcing. So we actually take pride in it. I don't want to use synthetic mica. I think it's not the same thing. Natural is always going to be natural. So that's why you can trust the process and that we do our research and our homework, and it'll show on your skin. So with this being said, this is your glam look number 2. And next week, I can't believe we're actually towards the end of the new year. I mean, towards the end of the old year. I hope that 2021 has been good to you, and I wish that next year is going to be even better. According to these higher sources that I'm hearing, it's going to be phenomenal. So you just have to hang in there. Hi, Rufina. And I will see you next Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern, same spot, same place. All this is going to be left. It's going to be recording. And thank you so much for joining me. Hi, Natalie. Thank you so much for joining, and I will see you next Monday. Enjoy your week.